Have you ever noticed how a single kiss can change everything? It's not just the way he looks at you, but the way he breathes around you, the way he touches you, and how he remembers you long after you've left. Many think a kiss is purely about passion, chemistry, or attraction, but that's only the surface. In reality, the way you kiss a man influences how safe, desired, and seen he feels in your presence. Once you understand that, kissing becomes less about pleasing him and more about truly connecting with him. I used to believe a kiss was simply two lips, meeting, sparks fly, end of story. I was mistaken. Over time, I realized that every kiss carries its own language, a silent conversation that extends far beyond desire. It communicates, I see you, I choose you. You can let go now. And that quiet message can make even the strongest man melt in ways words never could. Picture this. You're close to him, so near you can hear his breath shift slightly. He doesn't know where your lips will land next. That uncertainty, that brief suspense sends shivers through him. In that fleeting moment before your lips meet, everything slows the air, his thoughts, even time itself. This is the power of anticipation, and most people never learn to harness it. A kiss isn't defined by when it happens. It's defined by how long you make him wait. That tiny pause holds more electricity than any movie scene ever could. But there's more. Every spot you choose to kiss tells a different story about what you feel. Some kisses whisper desire. Others show respect, comfort, admiration, or peace. Each one touches a part of him words can't reach. Understanding where and why those moments matter reveals a truth most women overlook. Men don't only crave touch, they crave the meaning behind it. I learned this the hard way. I once believed passion alone was enough, that intensity could replace intimacy. But passion fades when it isn't backed by presence. What endures is the way you make someone feel safe enough to surrender. What makes a kiss unforgettable, not the fire, but the feeling it leaves behind? It's all about how real it feels. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I actually do that? Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, I'll show you 5 spots every man secretly longs to be kissed in, what each one awakens within him. But before we get there, I want you to feel something. Picture the moment just before your lips meet his. No rushing, no performing, just being completely present. You can feel his heartbeat, maybe even hear it if you're close enough. The air between you is charged with anticipation. He's waiting. You're waiting. And in that still, breathless moment, you realize the power you hold, not a force to control him, but one that calms, centers, draws him in effortlessly. This is what real feminine energy feels like. Soft but magnetic, gentle yet impossible to ignore. You're not seeking validation, you're creating an experience that makes him feel something he can't quite explain. That's what sticks in his memory. Perhaps that's what intimidates many women. The idea that a single, simple moment can carry so much influence. But it's true. Every kiss acts as a mirror. It reflects your feelings in that very instant. Confidence, affection, vulnerability, even fear. He senses it all. And the more genuine your energy, the stronger his physical response. Well, that's why. The most irresistible women aren't those who kiss flawlessly. They're the ones who kiss with presence. I used to think control was sexy, being mysterious, unpredictable, dominant. But now I'm not so sure. Perhaps the most compelling kind of control is effortless, the type that allows someone else to feel safe enough to surrender. When you realize that each kiss is an invitation rather than a performance, it's no longer about taking his breath away. It's about giving him space to absorb you completely. So, before you go for his lips again, remember this. The most memorable kiss isn't defined by passion, hunger, or technique. It's about connection, the kind that touches his mind, heart, and everything in between. When you master a kiss that speaks to all three, he won't just desire you, he'll feel you everywhere. And that's where it all begins. Here's something fascinating. The neck is one of those areas that embodies both strength and vulnerability. It's where pulse meets breath, creating a unique sense of intimacy, where confidence meets surrender. When you kiss a man on his neck, you're not just touching skin, you're engaging his instincts, the kind that makes him stop thinking and start feeling. It's not about the intensity of your passion. It's about the intention behind every movement. Many women underestimate the power of a neck kiss, perhaps because it feels too bold, too direct, too intimate. Yet that's precisely what makes it unforgettable. The neck acts as a bridge between his thoughts and his body. It's close enough to his jaw to suggest desire, yet far enough from his lips to retain mystery. Its unexpected dand, that element of surprise, creates a magnetic tension he can't resist. I once wondered why a neck kiss feels so distinct. Then it became clear it's about the balance of power. By taking the initiative, leaning in first, you silently communicate, "I want you." Not with neediness, but with grounded confidence. You shift the dynamic. He's no longer the one in control. For a man accustomed to being strong, that gentle act of leadership awakens something primal. He feels wanted. He feels chosen. His body reacts even before his mind catches up. But it's not just the action, it's the pacing. Don't rush. Let the space between your breath and his skin do the work. Hover close enough that he feels your warmth without touching. Let your breath brush softly against his neck, teasing the air around him. You'll notice the change immediately: deeper breaths, relaxed shoulders, a faster pulse. That's your cue. When your lips finally meet his skin, do so softly and deliberately, revealing each inch as if sharing a secret. Glide slowly up toward the edge of his jawline, then back down to his collarbone. Don't overthink it. Tune in too. His rhythm, his tension, the way he exhales as your lips pause. That pause is crucial. Half a second of stillness between kisses holds the same power as the kiss itself, keeping his mind spinning, anticipating what comes next. If you want to deepen the experience, add a whisper, something playful, something meant just for him. It could be as simple as saying, "You smell amazing," or "I love how warm you feel." When your breath matches your words, the contrast between warmth and coolness heightens every sensation. He will connect that precise feeling, the rhythm of your touch, the sound of your voice with you long after you step back. His body will remember that spark. There's a psychological aspect too. The neck is a place of vulnerability, exposed yet protected. It's where dominance softens into openness. When you touch it with care, you communicate without words that it's safe to relax. You're not dominating him. You're inviting him to feel. For most men, that permission to let go is rare. That's why a neck kiss lingers. It reaches a part of them, usually off limits. And it's not just about him. It's about your experience. As well, the closeness, the quiet, the awareness of his heartbeat beneath your lips. It grounds you and reminds you that intimacy is about presence, not performance. A single, slow, deliberate kiss, followed by stillness, can say more than 100 rushed ones. When you kiss him there, you're not proving anything. You're simply saying, "I'm here. I see you." That quiet, tactile message becomes addictive. It allows him to drop his defenses even briefly. That's when the true connection begins. I used to believe men only responded to overt desire and intensity. Now I see, it's not the flame that captivates, it's the control behind it. The restraint, the ability to make him crave without immediate action. Many overlook this, the art of tension. Tension isn't denial, it's awareness. By attuning to the energy between you, his breath, his pulse, the way the air thickens, you realize intimacy is less about touch and more about timing. You're not pursuing pleasure, you're creating anticipation, you're coloring silence with sensation. The most powerful kiss on a man's neck isn't hurried. It's slow, curious, deliberate. It whispers, "I know what this does to you." When he senses that you understand the psychology of pleasure, he doesn't just desire you, he respects you. That awareness is rare, magnetic. It positions you as someone who doesn't only ignite a flame, but knows exactly how to keep it alive. Next time you're close enough to feel his breath, don't rush to his lips. Stay near his neck. Let the space between touch and temptation speak. And when you do kiss him there, make it a promise: slow, assured, unforgettable, because that kind of kiss lingers in his mind long after you're gone. Yet, while the neck is undeniably enticing, there's another area, even more profound a place, that connects not only to his body, but also to his heart. A man's chest holds a magnetic power. It's where confidence resides, where strength is anchored, and where his heart is carefully guarded. Many women see it as a symbol of masculinity, broad, firm, protective, but few recognize the tenderness beneath that exterior. Kissing a man's chest is more than a physical gesture. It touches the part of him that carries the burden of strength. It communicates that he doesn't need to be the tough one in that moment. That silent message speaks louder than words ever could. The chest is one of the most emotionally charged areas on a man's body, where his armor meets his heartbeat. It's what the world notices when he stands tall. Yet it also shields his most vulnerable part. When your lips meet this space, it's not just about seduction. It's about granting permission. Permission to rest, to breathe, to simply be. Society constantly tells men to hold it together, to mask their softness, to keep moving despite the weight they bear. But when you lean in, let your lips trace his chest, and let your breath melt into his skin, something shifts within him. The noise, pressure, and expectations fade, leaving only your touch, your warmth, and the reminder that he doesn't have to carry it alone. I used to underestimate this form of intimacy, assuming men guarded their strength too fiercely to ever share. But one night, when I pressed my lips against a man's chest and felt the rhythm of his heartbeat, I realized men long to be seen just as deeply as we do. They just conceal it better. That heartbeat revealed everything, not mere confidence, but relief. Relief that he could release the performance of strength and simply feel. When you kiss him there, let it be slow, gentle, and intentional. Don't rush toward passion. Let it be grounding, human. Rest your head against his chest. Listen to his heartbeat, its pace, its strength, its softness. Then follow that rhythm with your lips. Soft, patient, sincere. Each kiss communicates, I see you. No proof is needed. This kind of care, disguised as desire, creates a quiet yet profound connection. When a man feels both desired and accepted, something opens within him. The physical sensation of your kiss becomes symbolic of something larger. Trust. The skin over his heart is thin, sensitive, and full of nerves. A kiss there sends a current through his body, but what he truly remembers is the calm that follows. The quiet enveloping you both as you breathe together. That is when desire transforms into devotion. To deepen the impact, whisper something honest while you're there. It needn't be perfect or poetic, simply real. You feel amazing. You're safe. I love this. Your voice vibrates through his chest, embedding into his memory. He remembers not just the act, but how deeply understood he felt. Without saying a single word, men rarely experience affection that comes with no strings attached. When you kiss his chest without expectation, without urgency, without an agenda, you offer him something he didn't know he needed: peace. That kind of intimacy lingers. It softens him in ways no other touch can. And when your eyes meet his between kisses, you witness the change, the subtle relaxation of his body, the shift from surprise to surrender. This isn't just attraction. It's trust forming right before your eyes. You become the space where he doesn't have to pretend. The place where he can simply breathe. A chest kiss is more than sensual, it's sacred. It reminds him that vulnerability is strength, not weakness. A woman who understands this leaves a lasting impression because she isn't just touching his body. She's connecting with his story, every scar, every muscle, every breath. She communicates, you're enough, even when you're not trying. And he will carry that feeling long after the night ends. I used to think desire and tenderness were incompatible, that one would overshadow the other. But the truth is, they are meant to coexist. Tenderness preserves desire, and desire keeps tenderness alive. When you kiss his chest with that balance, soft yet deliberate, gentle yet presents, you create an intimacy that feels timeless. It doesn't demand to be remembered. It simply exists. So the next time he lies quietly, lost in thought, resist the urge to fill the silence. Place your hand on his chest, feel the rise and fall, and let your lips follow. Let the rhythm guide you. Let the stillness speak. Sometimes the most profound expression of love requires no words at all. Yet there is another, smaller space that holds its own quiet magic. A place that reflects not just how you see him, but how you admire him, his hands. A man's hands are quietly powerful. They build, protect, create, and hold. They tell stories without words. A rough edge from work, small scar from a repair, the steady grip that supports you unexpectedly. Most overlook them. But a woman who notices and honors his hands awakens something deep within him. When you kiss a man's hands, you are doing more than showing affection. You are recognizing his effort, his strength, his quiet dedication. You are saying, "I see what you do for me. I see who you are." And this simple, often overlooked gesture can unravel him in the most beautiful way. For a man, his hands are more than mere tools. They are an extension of his purpose. They express what words often cannot. When your lips meet his hands, it isn't about lust. It is a gesture of pure gratitude. Picture sitting with him perhaps during a conversation, perhaps in a quiet moment. You reach for his hand, gently tracing your fingers along his palm, feeling the warmth in the lines that tell his story. Then, without a word, you bring his hand closer and place a slow, intentional kiss on the back of it. You linger just enough for him to feel your presence. That simple act has an unexpected impact. It catches him off guard. Men are generally the ones who initiate touch, who lead, who offer comfort. But by taking his hand and kissing it, you invert that dynamic. You signal that he can receive, that he is worthy of admiration. That reversal is compelling. It is not loud or theatrical, it is subtle, graceful, and disarming. A moment like this makes him pause and think, what just happened? I used to assume such gestures were too understated to matter, that men required boldness or intensity. I was wrong. When subtlety is intentional, it can be more evocative than anything overt. It invites imagination and allows emotion to unfold naturally. When you kiss his hands, you give him that space, a chance to feel without performing. This creates a rare intimacy, a silent connection that strengthens your bond. Pay attention to his response, the slight flex of his fingers. It's a soft exhale of surprise. That is your cue. Let your thumb trace gentle circles on his palm. Follow the veins along his wrist. Then place another kiss there, slower, on the inside of his wrist. That spot, near his pulse, is both sensitive and symbolic. You can feel life moving beneath the skin, where his heartbeat meets your touch. When your lips meet that place, even for a brief moment, you synchronize with him. It feels deeply personal because it is not about possession. It is about connection. The warmth of your lips against his skin becomes a silent language of intimacy. To deepen the moment, meet his gaze, no words, no explanations, just presence. That eye contact communicates admiration, appreciation, and desire. It reassures him that he does not need to prove his strength, you already recognize it. Being seen in this way is rare for men, which is why the experience is unforgettable. You are not praising what he does. You are acknowledging who he is. When a man feels recognized for his essence rather than his actions, the bond reaches beyond logic. I once read that hands are the most honest part of the human body. They reveal care, fear, patience, and power simultaneously. I did not believe it until I observed closely how a man's hands tense when he is nervous, soften when he is at ease. When you touch them, you are connecting not just with his body, but with the subtle language of his being. You can sense his emotions in real time. And that's what makes this kind of intimacy so rare. It's instinctive. You don't plan it to feel it. When you finally kiss his hand, it becomes both an expression of affection and understanding. You're silently saying, I admire you, and I accept you too. That delicate balance between admiration and acceptance is what draws men in. Admiration fuels their confidence, and acceptance nourishes their soul. To play with this energy, you can add a gentle touch of teasing warmth. After a hand kiss, smile softly and whisper something like, "These hands get away with too much," or, "I love how safe I feel when you hold me." These simple words mix flirtation with sincerity, creating an irresistible connection. It keeps the interaction light, yet emotionally charged. Many people think a hand kiss is old-fashioned, but it's timeless. It embodies the elegance of romance and the depth of respect. It's not just sensual, it's symbolic. It communicates, I value you not only for what you do, but for who you are when we're together. That recognition leaves a mark no grand gesture can match. So, next time you're beside him laughing, or in quiet reach for his hand, hold it, trace it, kiss it once or twice, and let the stillness speak. That single act says more than any spoken confession. I see the man behind the action. Once he feels this, once he realizes you understand the man beneath the surface, he will never view you or his hands the same way again. There's an even more unexpected gesture, one softer yet profoundly impactful, a forehead kiss. It seems simple, almost innocent, but it carries a power few recognize. It's not about passion, heat, or attraction. It's about peace. It tells him, without words, that he can rest here. For a man who is used to being strong, that sense of safety is unmatched. The forehead holds his thoughts, where worries linger behind calm eyes, where composure works to hold everything together. When you lean in and kiss him there, you aren't just showing affection, you're giving him permission to relax. To stop being the protector for a moment, and to simply be human. The first time I kissed someone's forehead, it seemed insignificant, too small, too subtle. But the effect was profound. His body softened, his breath slowed, his shoulders relaxed, and he instinctively drew me closer. That's when I understood its meaning. It wasn't a kiss of desire, it was a kiss of surrender, trust, and pure, quiet love. Men carry invisible weight. They rarely discuss the pressure to lead, fix, and endure. They wake with it, sleep with it, hide it behind smiles. A forehead kiss tells him he doesn't have to bear it alone, that he can lower the mask, even if just for a moment. That single gesture melts the barriers life builds around him. You're not kissing him to ignite passion. You're kissing him to give a quiet, unforgettable presence. There's a kind of silence that follows such a moment, not empty, but full. Full of unspoken emotion, of calm, of care. In that stillness, your energy communicates more than your lips ever could. It tells him, you're safe. You're loved. You don't need to stay strong for me, and remember that moment. Not the dramatic words, not the intensity, but the gentle reassurance that they are allowed to feel. When your lips touch his forehead, do it softly. Let your breath linger. Allow your hand to rest lightly on his jaw or glide into his hair. Say nothing. Just exist there, the warmth of your touch, the steadiness of your breath. That is what resonates deep within him, long after you pull away. It's never about timing. It's about presence. It could be after a long day when he's quiet and tired. It could be mid-laughter, catching him off guard. Or when he's lost in thought and you don't ask questions, you just kiss his forehead. You don't demand answers. You offer comfort. That intimacy doesn't require words. It's emotional gravity, the unseen pull that makes someone feel understood without speaking. I used to think men valued boldness, intensity, excitement, but I was wrong. What they truly crave, even if unspoken, is calm. Calm is rare. Calm feels like home. A forehead kiss gives them that. It bridges affection and trust, warmth and peace. It's subtle, but it lingers and often awakens a different kind of attraction, rooted in safety. When a man feels emotionally secure with you, his desire deepens. It's no longer just physical. It becomes magnetic, almost spiritual. The forehead is powerful because it connects to the mind, not just the body. A kiss there soothes his thoughts, quiets the noise in his head. You reach the part of him that thinks too much, worries too much, feels too much. You remind him he doesn't need all the answers. You show him he's enough of it in silence. Being accepted without needing to perform transforms how he sees you. You shift from being the woman he desires to the woman he trusts. The one he turns to when the world feels heavy. The one who doesn't demand perfection the one who gives him peace. That's why a forehead kiss, though simple, carries the same emotional weight as any passionate touch. It's the quiet before the storm. It's the exhale after a long day. The wordless "I've got you" every man secretly longs to hear. And perhaps the irony is this: what's soft often leaves the deepest mark, and what's quiet echoes the longest. So the next time you're near him, when the night feels still and everything else fades, lean in and let your lips rest on his forehead. Stay there. Don't move. Don't speak. Let him feel the stillness, the calm, the care, because love speaks softly. Not in flames, but in calm. And when he senses that kind of serenity from you, it lingers. It becomes the memory he returns to when the world feels overwhelming. Yet even after all the tenderness, there's one place left to explore, the one most obvious, yet most misunderstood, the kiss that unites desire, emotion, and meaning. A kiss on the lips is familiar, expected, yet when performed with true presence, it holds immense power. A kiss is not merely two mouths meeting. It's two energies converging, two stories merging, two souls communicating without words. Many rush through it, seeking intensity or a display of passion. But the kiss that lingers in a man's mind isn't rushed or loud, it's quiet, deliberate, and alive. It's a moment where time seems to pause and everything else fades. I once thought kissing was about sparks the faster, hotter, better. But I learned that what truly moves someone isn't speed or hits the honesty behind the touch, the intention. The way you slow down so he can feel you not just physically, but emotionally. That's where true connection begins. Start by not kissing him immediately. The real magic is in the almost. Hover close, let your breaths mingle. Let your gaze shift from his lips to his eyes. Allow him to feel the tension rise between you, like static. That space between wanting and having is where desire grows. The pause makes the kiss unforgettable, because in it, anticipation flourishes. He isn't thinking about what comes next, he's feeling it. When you finally close the distance, approach softly, like a shared secret. Sense the warmth of his breath, the shape of his lips, the subtle tremor of restraint. Kiss slowly. Deepen it naturally, like waves building and receding. This isn't performance, it's listening. Every movement, every breath, every gentle pull or hesitation is a conversation. That's what transforms a kiss into art. You respond, not control. You lead, yet you also follow. The moment he relaxes, that subtle surrender is when the kiss transcends the physical. It becomes emotional. A kiss leaves an impression not for its fire, but for its authenticity. To keep him captivated, play with rhythm. Pull back slightly. Let your lips hover again. Let him pursue the distance. That near touch reignites desire, keeping him suspended between craving and contentment. Sometimes the gentlest, slowest kiss burns the longest not because of force, but because he felt truly seen in that moment. When your kiss conveys, "I'm here," it becomes unforgettable. There's a reason lips are the final act. They seal everything together. The neck whispers desire, the chest offers comfort, the hands show admiration, and the forehead grants peace. But it's the lips that tie it all together. They carry both passion and emotion, chaos and calm. They are the place where everything you've made him feel comes together. That's why a kiss like this can change everything. It communicates what words often cannot. I want you. I trust you, and I feel safe with you. I once thought a kiss was merely a spark. Now I understand it's a mirror. It reflects what is real between two people in that exact moment. When you kiss with presence, you create a memory that endures. It's not about perfection. It's about being fully present. Every second you are fully feeling, fully aware, you reveal something he didn't know before. True connection isn't built through grand gestures, but through the smallest, most genuine moments. So next time you kiss him, don't rush for intensity. Make it meaningful. Make it something that belongs solely to you too. Let it carry everything unspoken, the respect, the admiration, the calm, the longing. Let it feel both like a beginning and an ending. That's what the right kiss does. It doesn't merely express desire, it creates it. It doesn't just touch lips, it touches the soul. When a man experiences that, he'll crave not just your kiss, but your presence, your stillness, your energy. He will remember the rhythm of your breath, your patience, and the sincerity behind it. That's what lingers long after you're gone. So when you think about where to kiss him next, remember it's not about location. It's about intention. Every kiss carries a message. Every touch conveys meaning. The question is, what story do you want your kiss to tell? When you learn to kiss with intention, with emotion, with presence, you stop trying to be unforgettable. You simply are. And now I'm curious. Where in the world are you watching from? Which type of kiss, desire, comfort, admiration, or peace do you think he would crave most from you? Share in the comments. Let's see which one your heart chooses.